It is President Trump's first full day of a second term in office. He signed a record number of executive actions after he was sworn in yesterday, including pardoning or commuting nearly all the January 6 defendants. Natalie Duddridge is here with details on the sweeping actions.
Well, Cindy, we have certainly seen some major moves from President Trump in his first 24 hours back in office. He signed a record number of executive orders and actions, including everything from immigration to energy. And there is already fallout after he issued blanket pardons for January 6 rioters and pulled out of some global organizations and international agreements. President Trump is attending a prayer service at the National Cathedral, a day after claiming divine intervention is why he survived an assassination attempt last summer.
I was saved by God to make America great again.
The president issued blanket pardons for nearly 1,500 people charged in the attack on the U.S. Capitol. He commuted sentences of far-right extremist leaders of the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers.
What they've done to these people is outrageous. There's rarely been anything like it in history, in the history of our country.
140 officers were injured that day, among them this former D.C. police officer.
I have been betrayed by my country, and I've been betrayed by those that supported Donald Trump.
Capitol police officer and New Jersey native Brian Sicknick died after he was attacked outside the Capitol. Sicknick's family said in a statement, in part, the pardons are intended to end a grave national injustice that has been perpetrated on the American people, adding, it is our hope that the truth of what happened that tragic day will survive, irrespective of partisan political objectives. Trump also announced construction of the U.S.-Mexico border wall is resuming.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted.
The president also attempting to end birthright citizenship through an executive order, a move most Americans oppose, according to CBS News polling. New York Republican Congressman Mike Lawler weighed in.
Obviously, the border was one of the biggest issues. The actions he's taking on immigration to really set the tone. Violence at the Capitol, I would disagree with the decision there. I was very clear from the very beginning what happened on January 6th was wrong.
And up next on President Trump's schedule, he's expected to hold an infrastructure announcement at some time this afternoon. Cindy.
Natalie, thank you very much. And the World Health Organization is calling on the U.S. government to reconsider its decision to withdraw. President Trump signed the executive order yesterday saying the country would leave due in part to the organization's COVID-19 pandemic response and its, quote, failure to adopt urgency-needed reforms. In a statement, the WHO said it had saved countless lives and protected Americans from global health threats. Many scientists fear the move could roll back decades of gains made in fighting infectious diseases. The withdrawal requires congressional approval. President Trump also delayed the ban on TikTok for 75 days. He signed the executive action last night. It directs the Justice Department not to enforce the law that would ban the app in the U.S. under the law passed in April. TikTok needs to be sold to a buyer from America or one of its allies. It's unclear whether the app's China-based owner, ByteDance, would want to sell. And confirmation hearings for the new administration are still underway. This morning, New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik was answering questions on Capitol Hill. President Trump nominated the Republican to be the U.S. ambassador to the UN. Stefanik opened her hearing pledging to implement Trump's America First mandate and review U.S. funding of some of the UN's agencies. Meantime, on Monday, the Senate unanimously confirmed Marco Rubio as Secretary of State.